2020, and I am here with my mom Sylvia to interview. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I was born in a little town called Canton La Esperanza, um, county of San Juan de Pesontes, El Salvador, Central America. In 1974, I have four brothers, older brothers, and a sister who is 14 years older than me. And yeah, I grew up with my dad until I was 6 years old. After that, he left to come here to the United States, and I grew up with my mom and my dad's brother, whose name is Andres.
Okay. Walk me through how I was growing up in El Salvador.
So I have a big family, what I say in the beginning, four brothers, one sister, and I didn't have my dad after 6 years old. We were very poor because my mom didn't have a job because we live in a little town, and my uncle who was working the field, so we were really poor. I remember the first time I had my first pair of shoes, maybe I was 10, and that pair of shoes I shared with my little brother. So it was difficult to grow up there, and also, maybe like around the 80s, the Civil War happened in El Salvador. And also, it was a very difficult situation because it was very unsafe for young people to go out, and they were killing so many people, and so it was very hard because, like, in my mom's family, they killed a lot of family. Like, they took their life like very violently. They took their hair away and feet, and yeah, it was very difficult.
Okay. Did you have any academic rewards or achievements?
So because I know my sister was paying a lot of money for me and my brothers to feed and everything, so, and she paid my school, so I always worked really hard to have the best grades in my classroom. And I remember, I always was having this A in everything. And when I finished high school, my school was a private school because I wanted to study to be a nurse. So my sister paid the school, and we were 400 students in high school, and I got the second place of the best student. I just missed the first place maybe for a few points, but I got that big reward to be the best high schooler for 400 students.
So was it 400 students in the high school or the senior class?
In high school.
Okay. So you said you wanted to become a nurse. Did you go to college and become a nurse?
So yes, after I finished high school, my sister was very happy with all my work at school, and she was asking me, like, maybe in my second year of high school, she asked me to be a teacher like her. She said, you should become a teacher. And I said to her, if you pay my school, I have to decide what I want to be. And I really, I would like to be a nurse, because I remember when I was little, I didn't have toys. I never had a doll. So I played with my little brother, and I remember my games with my little brother was to pretend I was a nurse, and I was getting like, we have orange trees, and I remember to grab like thorn and pretend my brother was the little patient, and I remember I was using his leg and put the thorn inside. So I think, like, from the beginning, in my heart, I knew I wanted to become a nurse because I like to take care of people and help people. So, and that's why I went to nursing school, and I became a nurse. I worked 2 years in El Salvador as a nurse.
Okay. So when you came to the United States, did you become a nurse here, or what was your experience like in the working?
No, I couldn't become a nurse here because I came here when I was 20, but I was really engaged with my kids' dad, and I had a plan to stay 1 year here and go back to get married. So that was my goal when I came here to the United States. I worked 2 jobs, and then I went back to get married with Mauricio. And then I came back and we had kids, and so I couldn't work in the hospital because I had to start over here again, and I couldn't do it because, you know, we didn't have anything, and we have to work hard to raise the kids and survive here in the United States.
Okay. So you said you worked here for a year and you went back to Salvador. When you came back to the United States, what did you work in?
Oh, I got a job at the Italian Italian cafe in Marine. I was washing dishes, and I worked there maybe for 4 months. And I always like to do something different. I'm the kind of person that I like to stay in one thing. I really want to do better. And even I didn't speak the language, but I knew I can do better, do something different. So I got a job at Whole Food Market in Mill Valley. That was in 1994. I worked there for 5 years as a produce clerk, but I didn't speak so much English. But I went to school to the college. I think it's the Marine College. I went there for ESL, and I started speaking English. So when I started speaking English, my boss at that time at Whole Food, he saw how capable I was, and he offered me to apply for a produce supervisor. So and I applied for a produce supervisor. I got a position. Then I was produce supervisor for maybe for a year, I guess, and then ATM assistant produce team leader position opened up, and I was like, I want to go for it. Even I felt I wasn't ready for the interview with my English, but I didn't care. I was like, I want to try it, and I did, and I got a job. And then I transferred to Santa Rosa Whole Food, and there, I think it was in 2006. And then there, I worked for 3 months, and the team leader left. And I was like, I want to apply for a team leader. Even the store manager asked me, are you want to apply? And I felt I wasn't ready because my writing wasn't 100% English. And to become a team leader, you know, you have to be able to read and write because you have to be, you have to hiring the team members and do all the paperwork. But anyway, I was like pushing myself, and I applied. I got a job, so I was produce team leader for 9 years. So at that time, I opened the Town store was open, and I applied for the job, and I competed with 4 other guys. They applied. I was the only one that applied, and these other 4 guys, they were like produce team leader for years in different stores, so they speak the better English than me. But I applied, and I got a job. So I opened Whole Food Town as a produce team leader. I hired 22 people in my team, and I worked there for 5 years.
Okay. And I know after that you transferred to Kombucha, a small company here local in Sonoma County. In a few words, what was your experience there, or like were you able to climb up the ladder like how you did in Whole Foods?
So I got a job with Levi. It was a small company who was started in Sonoma County, actually in Windsor, and my friend who was the vitamin team leader was the owner's wife. So I asked Rebecca if they were hiring a small company, and she said to me, right now I don't have any open job for you, but I will let you know in a week. But she knew me for Whole Food, and she knew me how good job I was doing, and she called me in a week, and she said, Sylvia, I think my husband opened a job for you. And they hired me as a sales rep, and I worked there as a sales rep for like 6 months, but at that time I was doing such a good job. I was opening so many accounts for Revive, like new accounts in the city, everywhere, and I feel like God blessed me to selling like coolers, and the owner was so impressed how much I was doing in such a small time. So after 6 months, I became the best sales rep for Revive, and the sales manager left, and the owner, even he didn't did interview, he offered me to become a sales manager, because when the sales manager left, I was like doing his job, even I didn't have the position, but I knew was a gap when he left, and the owner didn't know. So, but I was doing a lot of things the manager was doing already. So then that's why the owner offered me. He said to me, "You're doing the job already. You need to have the title. You need to make more money." I was so happy because he gave me a huge raise when he offered me the job, and I was the sales regional manager for Revive for North California for a year.
Okay. And our last question here. In your opinion, what has set you apart from everyone else and allowed you to succeed in a world dominated by men in the workforce?
I think I always been competing with a man because I grew up with 4 brothers, and I always tried to be better than them. And I think in many ways I was, and I was trying to just telling my brothers what to do, even though they're older than me. But I always was on top of them, like say, "You want to do this, we want to do that," and I think that prepared me to compete with guys, because it was really hard when I worked at Whole Foods. I remember like 90% of my team they were guys, older than me, and be their boss, and be a woman, be a Latina, I didn't speak 100% English, so I feel like I tried extra hard to be there, and I think that what I say, grew up with a brothers prepare me, to compete and try harder to be the best always. And also, something I think set aside of me is I'm very passionate what I do. I believe with my heart, what I do, and I know anything you want in life, you can get it if you try hard and never give up. If also you ask God for help.
Okay. That's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you for taking time out of work to do this interview with me.
Okay.
Thank you.